From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with a short-term forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, July 8th. While other than some scattered showers and thunderstorms on Thursday afternoon and evening, the weather turned out generally dry over the 4th of July weekend. Now, unfortunately, we did have to deal with oppressive heat and humidity from Thursday through Saturday. Highs each of those 3 afternoons were in the 90s with dew points in the low to mid 70s and heat indices around or in excess of 100 degrees. Now, fortunately, humidity did fall back considerably on Sunday with dew points in the upper 50s to low 60s. So despite highs in the low to mid 90s, heat indices were about the same as the actual air temperature. But unfortunately, that humidity is going to be on the rise again early this week. And our early July long duration heat wave is actually going to peak tomorrow and into Wednesday. So without further ado, let me jump right on into things here and start by taking a look at our daily climatology. I'm expecting a high of 96 degrees this afternoon at Millersville, and that's going to come awfully close to today's record high of 98 set in 1921. Now, with enough sunshine and if dew points drop a bit this afternoon, we could perhaps tie that record high, although I do think it is a long shot. Our normal high for today is 86 with a normal low of 62. This morning's low was 68, and the record low for today was 47 set in 1918. Taking a look at the sky cam from the John Wright restaurant looking east across the Susquehanna River into Lancaster County. Well, you see those hazy skies out there. Really, conditions are sunny, mostly sunny, I would say, here late this morning. The sun is only being obscured by a few high clouds at times, and the three H's of summer, hazy, hot, and humid, well, they're going to be in full effect here over the next several days. You'll also notice that the grass is rather dead on this sky cam right now, and that's no surprise given the oppressive heat of recent days, and also it's been very dry at Millersville in recent weeks, even over the past month or month and a half. In fact, it was the 8th driest June on record at the Ville, and that trend has continued right on through the first week of July. In fact, we have yet to record measurable precipitation at Millersville this month. I think that changes on Wednesday, but probably not in the next day or two. As we take a look at the visible satellite imagery, well, that confirms what you saw on the Skycam. Really just a few high clouds streaming across the state, but overall skies are going to be mostly sunny this afternoon. Now, as we take a look at the upper level pattern of the Euro for 8 p.m. this evening, well, you'll notice what's to blame for this long duration excessive heat wave, and that is an upper level sprawling jet stream ridge really extending from the southeastern United States into the western Atlantic and extending northward along the eastern seaboard. Now, the hottest temperatures relative to normal are usually found to the north and west of the center of these jet stream ridges, so it's no surprise that the mid-Atlantic states are really under the gun here, baking with this excessive heat and humidity. So now as we take a look at the surface chart of the Euro for 8 p.m. this evening, well, you'll just kind of see this bubble of high pressure and control over the northeast and mid-Atlantic states. There could perhaps be a stray shower in the higher terrain of central PA this afternoon, but by and large, 95 to 98% of places are going to stay dry this afternoon and this evening. It's also going to be a very oppressive and sultry night. Temperatures overnight are essentially only going to bottom out in the low to mid 70s. Dew points are going to continue to creep up tonight, so really just a balmy night out there with very little relief from the heat, and things only get worse tomorrow. You'll notice, if I back up here one frame, that Hurricane Beryl made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane to the south and west of Houston in the pre-dawn hours this morning. And the remnants of Beryl are actually going to track north and eastward through the south-central United States, and then by Wednesday they'll ultimately end up over the eastern Great Lakes region. So as the remnants of Beryl track off to our north and west, well, to the south and east of that, you're going to enhance the southwesterly flow across the mid-Atlantic states. So yeah, unfortunately, that only means even hotter conditions are on tap tomorrow. In fact, highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, and I can't even rule out a 100-degree reading in a few spots tomorrow afternoon. And with that persistent southwesterly flow, well, it's going to be oppressively humid once again with dew points back in the low to mid 70s. Heat indices tomorrow afternoon could top out between 102 and 107 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's no surprise that we have a heat advisory in effect from noon this afternoon, or noon today through 8 p.m. tomorrow. We're also under a code orange air quality alert today, so that means that sensitive groups such as children, the elderly, and those suffering from respiratory diseases such as asthma should avoid strenuous outdoor activities and limit time outside in the sun. But either way you slice it, this is a very dangerous heat wave. Tomorrow's going to be downright oppressively hot and dangerously humid. With those heat indices between 102 and 107 degrees, it's going to be imperative to drink plenty of non-alcoholic beverages, Take frequent breaks in an air-conditioned room or building. Avoid strenuous outdoor activities. Limit time in the sun. And by all means, do not leave children or pets unattended in vehicles, because on a day as hot as tomorrow, the internal temperature of that vehicle could reach 125 to 130 degrees in a matter of just 10 to 15 minutes. So please make sure not to leave those children or pets unattended in those vehicles. And in addition, you're going to want to avoid eating a diet high in salty foods over the next few days, because that dehydrates your body. Instead, eat a diet high in fruits and vegetables, because those are high in electrolytes, minerals, and nutrients, and that will also help keep your body hydrated, in addition to drinking plenty of water. You want to follow these heat safety tips, and it'll be imperative to do so to avoid contracting heat-related illnesses such as heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Now, as we move forward then into Tuesday night and Wednesday, the remnants of Beryl again track into the eastern Great Lakes region. Now, knowing how these storms typically behave, they tend to accelerate once they get into the mid-latitudes. So what I've noticed with the trend on the models over the past couple of days is that not only has this system accelerated into the eastern Great Lakes region, but it's also the track of it has also trended farther to the north and west. So I think the heaviest rain and thunderstorms and threat for flooding associated with the remnants of Beryl are going to stay well to the north and west of the lower Susquehanna Valley. In fact, they may even only clip northwestern PA. I think the heaviest rain with this is limited to New York State and portions of New England. We're going to be on the southern and eastern side of this system. So yeah, Wednesday looks like another oppressively hot and humid day. High temperatures back into the low to mid 90s. Dew points on Wednesday could be about as high as we ever see them here in the lower Susquehanna Valley to the south and east of the remnants of Beryl. In fact, it won't surprise me if dew point temperatures reach 75 to 80 degrees Wednesday afternoon. So again, heat indices will likely be between 100 to 105 degrees again on Wednesday. Now, if this continues to trend farther north and west, we probably won't get much rain out of this Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. I do expect some scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop on Wednesday afternoon, and they'll last into Wednesday night. But again, if this trend continues, we're really going to be spared most of the action here from the remnants of Beryl. So that's just something to keep in mind, that the farther south and east you go on Wednesday, the more isolated storms are going to be. The more scattered and widespread storms will be north and west of I-81 and really confined areas along the north and west of Interstate 80. So we'll just have to wait and see how things play out here. But I can honestly see how much of northern Maryland, southeastern PA, and the lower Susquehanna Valley only get isolated activity Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. So without further ado, the short-term Campus Weather Service forecast looks like mainly clear, warm and muggy tonight, low 74. Partly sunny, oppressively humid, and dangerously hot on Tuesday with a high of 97. Clouds and sun, hot and oppressively humid again on Wednesday with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 94. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the short-term forecast. I know there was a lot to cover, but necessarily so in a pattern like this with dangerous heat and humidity. So tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay hydrated and stay cool out there through the middle of the week.